Hello friends and greetings for today. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Foundation level sample paper discussions where we are talking about the tips, tricks and time management related context of this particular certification. As a part of this particular tutorial, we are trying to understand the chapter 3 questions and also trying to certainly discuss the concepts of the tips and tricks related to these type of questions, what can be expected from the chapter 3. So far, we have covered 2 questions already and remaining are the other 2. So let's get started with that. The very next question is question number 17, and the question number 17 is, as usual, a match the following here. And the question is about given the following task descriptions, that is 1 to 4, and then on the right hand side we have the types of review. That's a type of different phases which we have in a formal review process. So it's more of like which of the following best matches the task description to that of the activity. So I think for these type of questions, we do not need any kind of tips, tricks and justification. It's more about how much you have spent time going through the syllabus, how much you have been through the process, which is going to help you to get the right answer. So let's start reading this question and have a conclusion right here to see what could be the right answer. So in this, the very first one is the quality characteristics to be evaluated and the exit criteria is defined. I think that should give you the very first hint that whether talking about functional or non-functional characteristics could be a little tricky sometime for some of us, but definition of entry and exit criteria certainly is a part of planning, and that should have no doubts, no concerns about, and we can easily say that the one goes to the option C, that is planning. That is where you define the exit criteria are selected, not evaluated, right? So are selected during planning, and that is one goes to C. 2, everyone has access to the work product. At this point of time, we basically do this activity as a part of review initiation, where generally the document is being distributed by the moderator to the reviewers, and basically we address with the queries related to objective, the timeline, the schedule, etc. And that gives me a very clear picture that the document will be first accessible by the participants, that is reviewers, during the review initiation. The next one is number 3, that is anomalies are identified in the work product. That is, of course, during the individual review process, no doubt about it. Individual reviewers will go through the documentation and analyze or identify the anomalies in the work product. In number 4, of course, is the left out option, and anomalies are discussed and the following review activities take place, and that is the option D, that is the activity D, which is communication and analysis, and that pretty much takes care of discussing the reported anomalies and at the same time performing the remaining activities like capturing the review report and taking care of thereafter the other activities as well. So I think sometime when you really have a good grip on some of the particular topics, it's easy to conclude with the right answer, and that's where we would like to recall you that the time you spent with the syllabus, the time you spent learning the concepts are very important to quickly get to the right answer, right? So put together, the right answer for this particular question is D, that is 1 goes to C, 2 goes to B, 3 goes to A, and 4 goes to D. And that's how simple sometime it can be to just quickly conclude on a particular right answer. Let's go on to the next question. The next question we have is question number 18. And this question is again related to reviews for sure. And that includes the question as given the following roles in the review: scribe, review leader, facilitator, and manager, and the following responsibilities in the review. Which of the following best matches the roles and responsibility? Again, as usual, this particular chapter will preferably we have the match the following options. The reason is the things are very straightforward and at K1 level. So be it about the activities, be it about the roles and responsibility, be it about the review types, it's going to have a very common approach of asking you match the following. By this way, they're not only asking you a question about one particular review or one particular phase, they are covering everything at the same time. Okay, so it becomes very crucial to remember everything about it. So let's start matching. So number 1, of course, scribe. We know that scribe is a person who's responsible to document the details during the review meeting. And here we have, it says records review information such as decision and new anomalies found during the review meeting. Two important highlights. Of course, the scribe is someone who is going to participate during the review meeting, and the responsibility of the scribe is to document the findings, what people have already found. And during the review meeting also, if you find anything new, then the job of scribe is to just capture all those important anomalies into a documented form. So scribe has a direct responsibility to do that job during review meeting. Let's go to the next one. Of course, review leader. Review leader, as per the syllabus, takes overall responsibility for the review, such as organizing when and where the review will take place. In case you remember the syllabus, this point has been taken directly from the syllabus itself. Okay, it's just a single line statement that what exactly review leader is responsible for. Let's go to the next one, and this facilitator, which is also called as moderator. So synonyms are very important. If you don't remember the synonyms, you may get caught sometime and get stuck with the getting to the right answer. So facilitator is also called as moderator, and of course the responsibility of facilitator here is going with, I think, option A, that is ensures the effectiveness running of the review meeting and the setting up a safe environment so that people can talk freely. And the major responsibility of moderator is to drive the review meeting to make sure that it goes efficiently without any kind of disturbances or any kind of deviations from the objective, and people have an environment where they can talk, like no bullying, etc., the junior resources, or no fight between the team members. So all that they will take care of during this review meeting, right? So that goes pretty much to option A. And then if I talk about the manager, I think the only option which is left with that is C, that is decides what is to be reviewed and provides resources such as staff and time for the review. So no justification to support these type of questions. All we need is the right knowledge and right understanding of these K1 specific topics, that what are the standard roles, what are their specific responsibilities, and how we can match them. So to conclude with this, the right answer to this particular question is C, that is 1, scribe goes to B, 2, that is review leader, goes to D, delta, 3, that is facilitator or moderator, goes to A, and 4, that is manager, goes to C. So it's just that simple, that sometimes having a good knowledge can really make you, save a lot of your time and conclude with the appropriate and most responsive answer at any point of time. So with that, we conclude on the chapter 3. The next tutorial will be talking about the chapter 4 and getting started once again with the test techniques for the set B. So that's all from this particular tutorial, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video, team, and happy learning.